going to do a video about Sesame Street and Bert and Ernie's official relationship status. Let me start off by saying that this is not an anti-any discrimination video. I understand that a lot of people in the States are fighting for the rights to same-sex marriage. I'm okay with that. I don't really have a stance on any of this. To each his own. Now that I've said that, I believe I read that a Chicago man was starting a petition to get Sesame Street to officially somehow name Bert and Ernie's relationship on the show. You know, are they same couple marriage? Are they same-sex relationship? Are they just buddies? I gotta say, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. When I grew up, Sesame Street was just about learning. And I don't think Muppets' sexual orientation should be an issue in a show meant for kids to learn. And if anybody does respond to this video and they say, well, learning is, you know, about your sexuality is a part of the learning process, yeah, I agree. But not when you're like a toddler learning the ABCs. You shouldn't have that kind of pressure on you. You shouldn't put that kind of pressure on kids. It's just, this is just the silliest thing I've ever heard of. Bert and Ernie are just two Muppets that live together and enjoy eating cookies together. You shouldn't have to rate what their status is. I totally get the fact that, you know, I don't totally get the fact. I think this is just dumb. This person who started this petition, man, shame on you. Don't ruin a kid show for kids. Sesame Street had to put out a statement, like officially declaring that they're just friends living together. Sesame Street shouldn't have to put out any kind of statement about any of their characters. Years ago, Snuffleupagus became a real character on Sesame Street because kids were freaking out. I guess there are reports that kids were freaking out like, oh, he's right there! Big Bird does have a friend. That was okay. I can accept that. Snuffleupagus is not a made-up animal, okay? He doesn't just show up out of nowhere and no one else can see him. It does exist. Snuffleupagus was cool too. My point being about this video is Sesame Street should not have to put out any public statements. This is just announced. The Cookie Monster has an eating disorder. Cookie Monster does not have an eating disorder. He likes cookies, so don't put out any public statements about that either. And don't put pressure on the people at Sesame Street to do this. Let them just focus on the kids. And we don't need to see any warnings like underneath Super Grover Flying saying, this is a dramatization. Please do not attempt at home with loose-fitting armor on your head and a red cape behind you. It's Sesame Street. Let's just enjoy it for what it is. He's right there. You can see him. I can see him. That's cool. Bert and Ernie's sexual relationship, not cool. Leave a comment below. Love to hear from you on this. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think it's silly that Sesame Street had to put out a statement regarding a relationship, or do you think it's just justified?